Alright, we've got some live stream. We'll talk about Indie Pack and some of the things I learned just in one day of Indie Pack. So, as you know, pulled out Pumpkin Eater, Peter Pumpkin Eater. Pulled out second day. You can see my face in the first day, how fresh I look. Just 275 Ks for me is just like easy as. And I had no worries with that fatigue wise, but I could definitely feel my legs that day because I hadn't ridden. I'd done like 2,000 K this year. Just through injury for the crash I had with the e-bike and then getting hit by the car. Hit by the car was the worst one because my rib, my right ankle, I felt like I shattered my right ankle. But luckily it was fine. Or fine as in, not Indie Pack fine, but fine as in no surgery required, I think. But I definitely learned a lot. I got back last night. Shout out to Troy for picking me up and at Meriden, driving me back home. And I've actually even got a new sleeping bag already, one I'm going to use for next year. Back one night, I'm already planning for the next Indie Pack. This is called an OMM, and it's a lot lighter sleeping bag than I had. I definitely had too much stuff. I think subconsciously, I knew I was going to be a lot of fucking hurt just because of all my injuries. And I honestly thought I could finish. I mean, I knew I couldn't win. So I thought, fuck taking the TCR, ride the bamboo bike, and just cruise it. You know, vlog it, live stream it, just cruise. And that was what I was hoping to be able to do. And that's why I went so pretty easy that first day. And the pain kicked in. I'm like, I have 12 hours sleep. I mean, the sleeping bag I took in the bivvy bags like deluxe. It's like they're Hilton on wheels. You know, I took deluxe stuff. I sort of was toying the idea of no sleeping equipment, but it was just like that's just you can do that if you're in top shape, and that's definitely what I'm in at the moment. Definitely unfit at the moment. Follow me on Strava, you see a lack of training I'm doing. So this video might sound like an excuse for some people, but for me, it's just, what are you laughing about there? I should like watching some of the video. But it's just, I just like to be transparent and tell the truth. You know, I had painkillers with me. I didn't take a single painkiller. Because if you take painkillers, it can be a very slippery slope. I take painkillers for an emergency situation. So I was at another board, I had a crash, broke my collarbone, a lot of pain. You know, fuck being in pain till someone finds you 5 hours later or whatever. You know, so I'd rather have some painkillers on standby for emergency situations only. You know, maybe you've cracked a tooth or you've cracked a bone or whatever happens. You know, you've just done something. Then take a painkiller for pain. But to use painkillers to mask the pain and to continue on, in my opinion, that's just stupid, and that will fuck you up. You know, that's how people get fucked up injuries. So I said, go back to the start, doing your fit. I mean, to ride across Australia, I've already done that. I've already ridden across Australia. Indie Pack's a race. For me, it's a race. You know, I didn't go there last year when I heard about the race. I didn't hear, oh wow, it's a good excuse to ride across Australia. And that, I mean, for some people, that's fantastic. You know, but I've already done that, man. I've ridden across Australia. You know, I've ridden across Australia. I've ridden from Perth to Adelaide to Byron Bay to the very tip of Cape York. So for me, riding across Australia is not a challenge. I know I can do it. The Indie Pack course is an epic course. The race format is epic. You know, it's epic. And it's actually a beautiful course. Hopefully this becomes like a touring course for people outside the race to go and tour, because it's fantastic. I also learned about my spot. Had issues with my tracker. I learned that you got to have it like that, and the logo has to be facing the sky. I had this in the side of my bag under all my stuff, so I wouldn't get lost. And then they're like, hey, guy, Harley, your GPS tracker's not working. And they gave me another one. And I did the same thing. I put it in my bag and it stopped working. People are like, where the fuck's Duran Rider? You know, so I had all these things of like, you know, where's Duran Rider, things like that. So that was sort of weighing on me a little bit. And I was getting all these signs in the universe saying, you know, this is just not the right time to do it. So I thought, you know, pull out before I'm really fucked up. And I'm still in pain. Went for a ride this morning. 2 laps Northern Summit. Feel the rib again. Did a 1k jog the other day out in the Nullarbor, and that definitely inflamed the rib a lot more. So I think it's going to be a few months before I'm back in tip-top shape. So hopefully I can do some longer rides in Thailand. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But painkillers, there's definitely a place and time for them, but not in that time when I was in pain. Let's have a little look. See here. Like bots on Instagram. Never. We have you know, I'm just reading the comments on the web page here on the internet, all the hater comments, you know. During quit because the pace was too hot. Front riders went away too. No, I didn't race anybody. You know, look at my bike. I was carrying I had 4 kilos of food on me. I had like a kilo of sugar. I had a fucking 1.5 litre ginger beer on me. I had like a 1.5 kilo bag of Wiggle electrolyte mix. Like, I wasn't racing anyone at the start. Like, I went off at the front because I got there late. And I was like, first I was like, fuck it. And then I thought, hey, it's a good idea. It might be a crash and get full of tram tracks. So, I definitely wasn't there to race, you know. My local postman clocked up more kilometres than Harley this week did. Your local post, I should go race me in IndyPac next year. This is a good one. Harley's a bit of a dick. He has money to buy any bike and setup he wanted, but he opted for that stupid bamboo bike and a completely suspect group set hack. Hey, the group set worked fine. Group set worked fine. SRAM 10-speed works with SRAM, a road mountain bike. It's cross compatible. Group set worked fine. He loaded his bike with so much crap, looked like I was going to road trip around Australia, and I was. That was the mentality. I'm like, well, I'm too injured to race. Can I actually tour this thing out? I've got my flights, I've got my entry, I've hyped the event up, I've promoted IndyPac more than anyone else on YouTube. Show me one person with 200k subs or whatever who's promoting events like I do. No one does, because no one really cares. I'm not corporate, man. Jesse and that guys, they didn't pay me to do what I did. You know, I still paid my $40 entry fee. I still paid everything. I showed up. You know, I believe in the event. You know. Well, not paid to be there, man. I was there because I wanted to be there. But, leading the race, I said I was hoping for the toughest headwinds. I was hoping for the toughest headwinds because I love a challenge, man. I love a challenge, you know. I think his injuries are real. He was hurting, but like others said, he probably thought he was going to be at the front. And when he realised he was not, and when he put it... Like, that's what these morons say. These people say that I was there to race. Why the fuck would I turn up on a bamboo bike? The heaviest bike in the race. If I'm there to race. That's just stupid, man. Why would I... The first day, the hilly day, the first day is hilly. Lumpy all day. 300 k's of lumps. Why would I carry 4 kilos of food? You know, that's just stupid. For touring, it's fine. But for racing, you're dumb. It's like going to turn up in the Strava group that I do on Thursday nights in Norton Summit. Turn up on a fucking mountain bike and you want to crack sub 13. Like, no one's going to do that. So I understand a lot of trolls out there don't actually ride. You know. So yeah. Harley's the biggest fraud in cycling. He's a handbag face. You know.
What are you reading the comments off of?
YouTube videos. I doubt Harley can ride a bike more than 50k at a time. So yeah. The reason he quit on the second day because he didn't have enough steroids with him. And then even if I won the race, it was, steroids. Steroids won't win you shit. Look at Sarah Hammond, man. Sarah Hammond has probably 0.5% of the testosterone levels that us guys do, but she's third, and she's on the same stretch of road as Mike and Christoph. Testosterone when you won't win IndyPac for you, bro, is drive and being injury-free. During quitter, tons of excuses, blah, 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 blah. You know. But again, the haters use any time to give you hate. And I'll tell you what, like I've been vegan since April 2001. And all the people who said, vegan diet's shit, you can't, you would die, you won't be able to ride your bike anymore. All those people who always gave me shit about going when I went vegan in 2001, only one of them, actually not even one of them, man, because that guy who was my friend, he was supported at the start anyway. None of the haters, none of the hecklers, none of the people who said you can't do it, have ever come up to me in the last 6 years and go, wow, Harley, you fucking proved me wrong, man. Fucking high five, bro. You're killing it. Nobody. Alright? So if someone's a heckler, they're always going to be a motherfucking heckler. They just hate you. They're jealous of you or whatever. So they're looking for any excuse or whatever. Because you're doing something that they believe can't be done. So I'd encourage any of the hecklers, come out to IndyPac. Come out. I mean, maybe we could do a pre-IndyPac race. Doing Rider versus the haters. And we'll race across Australia on an IndyPac course. IndyPac protocol. You know, get your spot GPSs. No fraudulent riders out there, please. But they're not even going to do that. How many of my haters actually turn up to IndyPac start line? None of them. Zero. Remember in the last 6 months I've been like saying, hey, turn up to IndyPac? None of them turned up. None of them turned up. Alright? So all you keyboard warriors out there, where were you, man? 6 a.m. March 18th. Where were you? I was looking for you. I was trying to listen for the hecklers. Dude, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm race you across. No one turned up. Hecklers never turn up, man, in real life events. They just, they're clowns. They're clowns, so they're, so that's what I mean. So don't think that you're going to follow your heart, do your passion, everyone's going to love you, man. Most people are going to be jealous as fuck. And the people who are inspired by you, if they actually try and do what you do and then they can't do it, they will fucking hate your guts. I've had heaps of people, I love you, man, I love you. And then they get inspired to YouTube or ride a bike or go racing or whatever. And then they realise it's harder than they thought and they suck at it because they're lazy, because they're not willing to work hard. And then they become your worst enemy. They're like, or they get this, or they see you as your friends or an idol. And then when they see you as competition, like say Vegan Gains, you got like 200k subs, and all of a sudden, almost that day, you just turn like, fuck Doonrider. Even Bonnie, when Bonnie started getting more views than Freely did, and she just like, almost that day, she just went, she becoming a fan of Freely. So like, oh, Freely, like, fuck Freely. It's a weird thing. It's like, it's a low consciousness level. It's like a real Neanderthal, basic, like, dog-like, like, not to be mean to dogs, but like, dogs are just, they sniff butts and they sort of have this like dominance hierarchy thing sort of going on. I love dogs, but they're just very basic, aren't they? They're very basic creatures. So I'll say it with humans, and actually humans are dumber than dogs. Dogs are actually quite smart, because no animal on the planet will fuck its environment like humans will. Do dogs pollute the environment? No. Do humans pollute the environment? Yes. We destroy our own environment. That's how dumb we are. But with the social media thing, it's very common when someone gets as much subs as you or whatever, they think they're the same level as you, they stop subordinating to you. Then they get all this like, all this uppity stuff. So in cycling as well, I see it all the time. You coach up some junior riders or whatever, and then they become, they can match your speed on the climbs. And all of a sudden they'll be like, yeah, Doonrider's not that good. It's like, bro, I remember when you turned up with some fucking surfy shorts on a fucking $400 reed or whatever, or a fucking Repco bike or whatever. And you didn't know anyone. And I was like, hey, come over here, we'll just give you some tips. And now you're like too cool to talk to Doonrider or whatever, because you got a fucking Rafa jersey or a Matt jersey or another $500 jersey that your mum washes for you, because you still live at home with your mum, but you're badass. Anyway, so that's understanding. When you understand that, and that's why a lot of people in society get burnt out, because they're maybe there for the money or the fame, and people treat them like shit, and they get all like, oh, fuck people, fuck society. But reality is, I've got a message out there to share about veganism and cycling, and that's my passion. I've never had a driver's license. I've driven 3 cars in my life: that Ferrari California, the Lamborghini Murcielago, and the Toyota Starlet. They're 3 cars I've driven in my life. I'm a cyclist, man, so I've ridden across Australia before. I've done Paris, no stimulants, no painkillers, in 51 hours 30. So any little hecklers out there say, Doonrider's not a real cyclist. What defines you a cyclist? Taking EPO and getting a pro contract? I don't know. Sleeping in hotels every night? Getting a masseuse, getting a massage. I mean, that's pro cycling, but for me, it's not really real cycling. Real cycling's indie pack, man. Give me some questions. I was disappointed as well pulling out. You think I wanted to pull out indie pack? Fuck, bro. You could tell my excitement for that race. It's the day after, I'm back home. I'm already preparing for next year. Better product, lighter bike. Lighter product. Understanding that. I'm not going to go to Indie Pack to tour it. If I'm not in tip-top shape next year, I'm not going to turn on the start line, man. I'm going to go there. If I get hit by a car a few weeks out and I'm injured, I'm not going to turn on Indie Pack, because what's the point? I know what's going to happen now. Riding across Australia is easy. Indie Pack's not. You want to be in tip-top shape. Will Maven finish? I think Maven will finish. If he stays off the beers, he'll finish, because beer just dehydrates you, man. Reduces your blood volume. I underestimated competition. I don't underestimate competition. I know who Mike Hall is. I watched Inspired to Ride like 5 times. I asked Jesse, how many Ks a day? He's like 400k a day. I was like, shit. And I estimated the wattages and the calories and everything. And I was like, I can't do that. I'm so too injured. But I can ride across Australia because I've done it before. And maybe I can do 300k's a day. That's easy. 300k's a day is easy, man. It's 12 hours a day. You can sleep for 8 hours a night, ride for 12 hours at 25k an hour, and have 4 hours a day of just stuff. Let's say you got a headwind, you're doing 20k an hour. Now you run for 15 hours, you have 6 hours sleep, and you got another 3 hours or whatever to stuff. 300k's a day across Australia is piss easy, man. I can do that. It's no worries, man. I've done 6,500k in January 2014, 6545k. Hottest January on record in Adelaide. Adelaide was like the hottest place in the city in the world for a week. Hottest city in the world for a week. I did 6,500k that month. And riding hard with bunches and racing people at hills and smashing out Norton TTs and doing park run even. Just stupid shit. And that's all spontaneous, you know. All spontaneous. So I can do the Ks, man. This is how it is. Thai Fruit Festival. I don't do the Thai Fruit Festival. I do the Duritis Vegan Festival. Otherwise you get too many weight loss minded people. Just, I want to do that, I want to do that. And it's like, fuck, get a life, man. Get something more important than a fucking thigh gap or a BMI. I mean, sure, it's good to be lean and fit, but like, fuck, if that's all your life's about, you're gonna be hating life pretty soon. What's my favourite car? Fucking bicycle, giant TCR. Tips for keeping up with fast guys on the climb: just get a power meter, ride with those guys, upload that climb to Strava, and let's say you did 300 watts, and then you got dropped, but just get a power meter, man. And then just once a week, go to those faster guys and do your best to hang on with them. And upload that ride to Strava and look at the power you put on the climb. Make sure your cadence averages about 90. Change your gear sub if you need to. And, yeah. Still drinking Sprite. Sprite in Australia tastes like shit. It's not even sweet. It's not even sweet. I recommend Schweppes lemonade or Thunderbird ginger beer. Sub 2:30 marathon, still the goal, but injuries, ribs. You ain't running if your ribs are sore. I've got a vasectomy but don't have game. Well, I'd rather have no vasectomy. I'd rather have a vasectomy with no game than game without vasectomy, because you're in the safe zone, bro. What bike I'm going to use next year? I will take the TCR. TCR, just because I've done a lot of Ks on it, and it fits me really well. And I know I can do big miles on that with no injury. I'm going to go see Steve Hogg again and do some more bike fit stuff. I was just doing a sleeping bag. I was organised. Why also indie bonk? I mean, 275k. It's like I've done 594k in a day with no stimulants. You know, I know to push myself. I had an injury. Got hit by a car, February 21st. Christoph will not do well because of the weather. I mean, he looks like he's doing pretty well to me. But also the first week of the race was quite cool. So perfect if you're Euro. Perfect conditions. You know. If let's say I didn't have the injuries and I turned up on my TCR, I would say...
Would you race?
What's that?
Would you race?
What do you mean I would race?
Like, would you go as hard as you could? Well, you know, like, pace yourself.
Yeah, I'd probably be sitting in like top 5 at least. You know, I know the roads, I know the carbohydrate, I know the game. I know how to do epic rides. I've ridden across Australia. I've done like, I think about 11 24-hour races. Done Paris versus Paris. I've never had a driver's license. I know how to ride. So, but again, I had to have this happen because I learnt the basic, man. The spot needs to be sitting like that on top of your bag. I had it in the side thing. I'm a fucking noob when it comes to this spot shit. So it's good that I had that injury, because if I was out the front, people are like, he's in a car. Where's the fuck's his GPS? But then again, that's not so true, because the Rafa guys would have been filming and they would have been verified that I wasn't doing any dodgy. How much is it? How much does Christoph sleeping about 4 hours a night, based on what I've been hearing? And if you look at his, average speeds and stuff like that, someone said he's had like a 5 hours sleep in the last week. That's not true at all. Because what's he been doing? He's only riding at 20k an hour. That's 400k a day. Like, what's he doing for the 4 hours a day? And he's riding faster than 20k an hour. So he's sleeping more than the rumours say. People love that little trying. Oh, he only sleeps like 2 minutes in 5 days. It's like he's getting his sleep. He looks pretty fresh. He's doing really well. 7 hours in 7 days is bullshit. No one's getting 7 hours sleep in 7 days. What's he doing when he's not riding his bike? Like what's he doing? Do the math. Christoph's not sitting on 20k an hour. He's pumping it pretty hard. So if he's done about 400k a day, the last 7 days, average, maybe 396 or something like that. Do the math. At 20k an hour, which he's riding above 20k an hour. He's got nothing. He's not carrying anything. So that's 4 hours a day of nothingness. And people say he's sleeping 1 hour a day. It's like, no. He's fast. He's in and out of his stuff. Someone said Christoph's on a keto diet. Well, how come he's eating bags of lollies? He's drinking chocolate milk and Coke and lemonade and ginger beer and pasta dishes if he's on keto. I mean, does another boy have some magic keto fucking chocolate milk or keto Allen snakes or keto sugar drinks? I don't think so. Everyone's sugaring the fuck up. Everyone's sugaring the fuck up. No one's on the race on keto. It's just a troll. You can't do anything on keto, man. Carbs, no glycogen. Fucking hell. Which is the best sugar? Any sugar's good, man. Whatever you like the flavour of. That's right. You already failed keto then, if that's the case. Why is Maven not vegan? Maven just says he likes his cheese and stuff like that, And again, like, vegan means different things to different people. I'd find a vegan lifestyle really hard if I didn't have any ethics and morals attached to it. Because it requires a bit of organisation at the start. It's like, but that's, everyone's on a different journey, man. But I definitely recommend everyone thrives in vegan, high carb, low fat vegan. I mean, everyone's got different goals, man. But for me, I like my health, and I like being lean, and I like feeling fast on the bike, and that's why I do what I do. And I love animals. I don't believe in eating animals. It's just it's no point. Maven says being meat. I'm not sure if that's true, but for years it's not going to help his performance. Meat is more. It's fatigue. Meat is fatigue. Meat is dead meat. So we are what we eat. To feel like dead meat, then we eat dead meat. The extra protein and the fat in that. It's this extra metabolic damage. Not metabolic damage. It's extra metabolic waste your kidney and liver has to process. The liver is a chemical filter. The kidneys are a physical filter. When you're putting in a lot of animal proteins like methionine and all that stuff, then your kidney and liver has to do extra process. You've been riding big Ks that day, maybe a bit dehydrated. Your liver and kidney function is not as good, so then it's like extra burden. So then you got less recovery. Sarah Hammond is a vegetarian, so she's a vegetarian, high carb vegetarian. So there you go. What are eggs for protein? What about plants for protein, man? What about plants for protein? Where does the fucking chicken get its... Where does the fucking gorilla get its protein from, bro? Not eggs. A clip-in pedal's a myth. Well, here's the experiment. Go and ride at 300 watts for 10 minutes in clip-ins and 300 watts 10 minutes and normal shoes and see what you think. What?
I'll show you. I was filming some wasps that they were getting it on, and then Sonny goes, "Oh, there's 3 of them." It was a threesome.
Threesome. What's threesome? Carbs for the race, proteins for muscle repair. Protein doesn't repair muscle, man. That's just not how it works, man. Like you don't tear down muscle when you're riding a bike. This is not running. You don't tear muscles when you're on a bike. What's the thoughts on the gearing that Mike and Christoph have? I mean, that's going to be tough going. They're tough guys, but I in my opinion, in my experience, they are making it harder than it has to be. In my opinion, in my experience, you just go and ride epic Ks with compact 32 or 40, and then go do that on a standard with 28 in the back or whatever. It's going to be tough going, man. I mean, they're tough guys. There's no doubt about it. But just why make it harder? I don't understand why have such hard gearing when you've got such a thing. What to say to a school teacher who says carbs and sugar are bad for you? Don't argue with dickheads. Don't argue with morons. Don't argue with people who can't be convinced of the truth. You're going to waste your time. It's like playing computer games. Why bother? It's just a waste of time, man. You know. How can you tell when a spider will bite? I guess its fangs and bites into it. Carbs are bad for you. If you are. Will I be doing any pain next year for sure, man? I've been talking about this the whole. Go watch the start of the live stream. All right, give me some questions here now. Give me some questions here. Will I grab a black? Well, I'll pick up a black widow, no worries. Foraging videos. There's not, to be honest, man, there's not much foraging anymore in my area. I've been living in this area on and off for like since 2002, sorry. And man, every year the foraging gets harder and harder. Like the old houses that had all the Italians and Greeks, they died, and then the kids come in, they bulldoze the house, subdivide it, and it's this new shit with plastic fucking lawn. It's really sad. So the foraging is just really, you know, man, it's really fucking almost non-existent. Really sad. Am I doing any ultras like Harry? I'm not much of a runner. But I would say that, I mean, I respect the ultra runners, but it's not as hard as cycling, man. I mean, a 100-mile race is hardcore, but it's one day. It's maybe 24 hours. You know, you're going to go back to your bed soon. Indy Pack's different level. Indy Pack's the hardest event in the world. Nothing comes close to it. No support. I was saying to Jesse, you should ban hotels next year, make it tougher. Make it tougher. Have a competed in the triathlon, did a triathlon. But again, triathlons are easy, man. It's like, you know, a couple of hours, 10 hours. Triathlons aren't a challenge for me. I like challenging stuff when it comes to sport. Challenging stuff that's safe. Do I think dudes hate me because I get the hot girls? I mean, what do you think? How humbling is Indy Pack race to me? Well, I only lasted a day before I had to pull out, so it's I love it, man. I love a challenge like that. Comfort aerodynamics, you want it both. You want to be comfortable and aero. You know, you want comfort and aero. Why is this race harder than Trans Am? Ask Stefan Strike. He even said this is harder. It's harder because it's more isolated. You know, in America, like, there's just more people, there's more cars, there's more shops. You know, this is just fucking insane, man. It's Australia. Perth's the most isolated city on the planet. You know? It's harder. Trans Am sounds easy. Flexing, bro. You've been taking my steroids, bro? You're looking swole.
Yeah, man.
You're looking swole, man. I leave the house and he steals my steroids.
Are you working again?
Yeah, this afternoon.
Nice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Making it rain.
Make it rain, bitch.
Bitch.
After make it rain, I get to pick them all back up.
Oh.
I've got no interest in doing Transcontinental or Trans Am. I mean, I think those races are awesome. But for me, Indy Pack's the focus. It's just so pure. I mean, Transcontinental, we can have maybe drafting a team. It's fantastic. Not digging those races, man. I rate them. You know, rate them. But Indy Pack, bro. Indy Pack or GTFO. Indy Pack. What do I recommend with men with low testosterone? When you define low testosterone, how many tests have you had? You know, are you a boxer getting punched in the head a lot and, you know, low testosterone? Or are you in a high stress situation which can lower testosterone? You always got to ask, what is the cause before you do any sort of medicines, therapeutic otherwise? You know, people are too easy to jump on medicines, you know, because it's so easy to get steroids from the doctor or painkillers or antibiotics or the contraceptive pill, which is another steroid. It's so easy to get all these drugs and steroids and painkillers because the doctors want to make money, man. And there's a time and place for some of them sometimes in small amounts, short term, but if you're relying on stuff like that long term, then you're going to have some problems down the track. Trans Thailand. I'm just putting all my focus in Indy Pack. Or any other race that Jesse does, because he puts on a good show, man. Puts on a good show. Do I use plant oils? I don't buy oil. I'll eat vegan food with oil in occasionally, but I don't buy oil. Is Raw Till 4 still on sale? Yes, if you email me at ctfubooks@gmail.com. Give me $15 US, I'll send you a link. Download link, Raw Till 4. Go the other way next year. Get it, run and head in on other riders. When will I buy a mango farm? Never. I mean, you need a few $1 million, and then you got to have full-time workers, and farming's hardcore in Australia, man. It's hardcore, and it's not for me. It's not my passion. What's the hardest race I've ever done? I would say Paris versus Paris. The question should be, what's the hardest race I've ever finished? Indy Pack's the hardest race ever in the world, ever, and Paris versus Paris is the hardest race I've ever finished. Thai prison, when's that happening? I don't know. I hope I go to prison. That'd be some pretty good fame. You know, Westerner gets locked up in Thai prison for Facebook comment. That'd be pretty good fame. I'd definitely be down for that. Yeah, 1 year in prison, training Muay Thai, come out, go find Isel and vlog it, vlog the comeuppance. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, do steroids for a year in Thai prison, training Muay Thai every day, get up to his body weight, and then just like get in the ring and just like boom, one hit knockout, you know. One hit knockout. So we got a new Specialized Roubaix. For me, Specialized customer service is, in my experience in Australia, very, very, very lacking. I would say they're good bikes though, but if you have a problem with them, depends where you live. Depends where you live. In the US, customer service is pretty good over there, but in Australia, my experience with Specialized has been pretty poor, despite how much I've promoted that brand and spent on that brand. My experience has been pretty poor, so I would say it depends what sort of bike you're looking for. Depends what sort of bike you're looking for. Craziest road rage incident was when there was two bikies attacked me on Bundle Street. Two steroid head bikies, April 2013, and they went to court. Well, didn't go to court. They paid me out, and I got a new TCR from that, and about $6,000 or something compensation. So that was good. The Reed Osprey for Indy Pack. I wouldn't use the Reed because it doesn't like the fat tires. You know. Another ebook is coming. Give me some questions. I'm gonna cruise on. Defy for Indy Pack, yeah, Defy. You know, it's about having the bike that you're most used to riding. If you're gonna do big Ks, here's a little tip. If you're gonna do 400 Ks a day, you better make sure that bike you're used to. Otherwise, your chance of injury is gonna be pretty fucking high. Ever got bitten by a venomous animal? Yeah, I got bitten by an ant the other day. Heal adrenal fatigue. I talk about it in my ebook, first ebook, Carb the Fuck Up. Chronic fatigue, same thing. Thoughts on cycling Pagoda? Never been there. For me, it's Thailand. Thailand's a place. Thailand and Indy Pack. Come and do Indy Pack next year, gang. But make sure you're fucking prepared though. I've got more videos coming. What's the main difference between picking up handbag basics and bike advanced? Paul asks. I would say handbag basics love being lied to, talk about nothing with them, and bike advanced, they're more conscious and want to talk about real world shit. So the handbag basic, talk about like Kim Kardashian, oh my god, I love Kim, like, yeah, she's so good, like, oh my god, you see Les haircut, that sort of shit. You know, just wank, just the stuff that makes you like want to slit your wrists because it's so fucking fake and void. And like advanced, you know, it'll be like talking about good shit, you know, meaningful stuff. When's the new rap coming out? Sprite or juice performance? I would say depends where you live. If you live in Thailand, drink Sprite. If you live anywhere else in the world, drink juice, because Sprite doesn't have much sugar in it anywhere else in the world, in my experience. Do I ever get depressed? No. I feel depressed sometimes, but then I just focus on what's important. You know. More troll videos. Alright. How do you keep mentally strong? Focus on what your goal is, take care of your sleep, water, sugar, and understand that we often make things in our head bigger than they really are. Simple as that. Focus on what your goals are. Do I think who I think's going to win? I would say Christoph in freshness, but I would say Sarah Hammond in drive. Fucking Sarah's just crazy. No matter how shit she feels, she keeps riding. She's flipping out, or you know, she just keeps riding. She understands her job for Indie Pack, so she just keeps riding. So I would say that Sarah for drive, Christoph for freshness, and Mike Hall, he's got the experience, you know. He's got the experience there. Can't put wheelie, not really that well. Breathing techniques of cycling is breathe in the stomach. You want to feel your stomach going in and out. Uncle Chester for Indie Pack. I think you're going to be too hot for him. He don't like it that hot. First bike I ever purchased was a 1997 Avanti Corsa in September 97. I worked for a month in a foundry in a factory and doing night shift at a place called Cast Alloy, which was later closed down because of how polluting it was, and alcohol safety closed it down. So September 97, I bought my first ever bike, Avanti Corsa road bike with my own money. Anadrol still on. Do these arms look like they're on Anadrol? I don't think so. That shit will make you huge, man. It'll make you huge. How much can I bench? I haven't benched for months. I can probably do 20 kilos right now. So much being a steroid addict. How did I trend to drinking beers? That's just an assumption, you know. What was shit though, they didn't go out and help Mike with his bike. They just, let him go. That was pretty shit customer service. If I had a bike shop and a fucking massive YouTuber had a message out there that this customer service was shit, I'll be fucking on a motorbike or anything. Just get out there and get the job sorted. But it's just sad that they didn't care enough to make it happen. I don't know. I'm just a customer service fucking, not a Nazi. I'm like a customer service enthusiast. Good customer service is important. Otherwise, what's the point in business? To make money. Do I think Michael will have to pull out? He seems pretty wrecked. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see how his gearing goes for the Alps. If he doesn't get any sort of tendonitis or whatever. I mean, the guy's got strong legs from a lot of years of riding and doing single speed stuff. So he has leg strength, but again, there's just no point having leg strength in an event in cycling which needs no impact. Have gearing. Have gear ratios. Am I getting sued these days? No one's suing me. I'm suing people, but no one's suing me. He's on carbon clinches though. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? AFL team, don't really follow AFL. Best gearing for flatland, I would say 38 tooth. 38. 32C, I mean, some people are on 23Cs. I'd recommend a 28 GP4000S minimum. Protein supplements to get lean. If protein supplements makes you lean, then how come all those guys like Keno Body and stuff are on like halotestin and clenbuterol to get lean when they smash the protein in late? Crazy. Does Christoph have a good poker face? I would say, no, he just looked really fresh, man, because he is. Bike shop will probably sue. Hey, like, if I can go through Supreme Court getting sued by people worth $46 million, and I'm sure a local bike shop who can't handle a bit of criticism, I'll be no hassles with that. Through axles and road bikes, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's an advantage, but I think it is good that it makes it harder to put a wheel in the wrong way. You know, so if you're a noob getting into cycling, it's one thing less thing you have to learn. But I see no advantage. I've ridden through axle and stand quick release, no differences. They both will rub the rotors under certain loading. Don't even deco. Never did deco ever. Again, like, doing steroids, you have to do higher dosages to really see the massive improvements in terms of, like, you know, done it, like I put on, you know, like 20 kilos of muscle, you know, doing a little bit for like a few days or whatever, you get a feel for it. But I had no idea what it would feel like to stay on steroids longer than 4 weeks at high dosages. I had no idea at all what it really feel like, and I think there'd be a massive crash come down. That's why a lot of these guys like John Venus and Kino Body and that, they're up and down. They're so fake on camera. Oh, I love you guys, but in real life, I know they'd be like, just be very, very, very hormonal. Based on what Freely's told me when the guys she used to date, the steroid head bodybuilders, she used to say they was like, just real roller coasters. You and Venus. A lot of questions coming on. These questions are popping off. How tall am I? I'm 183. Giraffe costume. That's just some questions here. How much running do I do weekly? Follow me on Strava. Follow me on Strava. And you see all the running and all the cycling I'm doing. I've ran maybe 20k this year. I don't know. Maybe less. We'll do an hour of Q&A, an hour live stream, and I'm gonna boost. Start the next thing. How to spot fake cunts? Ask for a favour. Ask people for a favour. Is John Venus on trend? John Venus on all sorts of shit. You know, when you get so obsessed about your physique like that, about muscle, you inject all sorts of shit into your body. You know, definitely it becomes this like, and you have to stay on because as soon as you get off, you get skinny. People are, oh my god, like what happened to you? Now you're skinny, and so it's like you know, it's like let's say Philly's, you know, she's got a boob job, which is nothing wrong with that. But if she got her boobs taken out and she was flat chested again, people are, oh my god, like, you don't look as good. Or, so it's a weird world, man. People don't want you to do a boob job. They don't want you to do steroids. But when you're on it and you lie about it, or you know, people assume you lie about it, whatever, people are like, oh my god, you look really good. But then when you're honest about it, like, oh my god, that's like fake. And then it's a fucking weird world, man. No wonder people lie about plastic surgery or Botox or, you know, steroid usage long term. They normally lie about it because people just don't get it. So. Yeah. Is Richard on the gas? He does look a little bit puffy, doesn't he? You know, he does look a bit puffy. Who knows? Who knows? Thanks, Paul. Thanks for your contribution. Cheers, bro. Why did I go the bad bike this time? Because I knew I wasn't going to be racing in New-Pack in terms of like race. And so I wanted a bike that was sort of comfortable and I could just sort of amble along it, maybe 300k a day. And finish like top 20 with injuries, but once I realised that isn't going to be possible, then I had to pull out. Indie pack riders and the juice. The juice is not only going to help, you know, what helps is just not sleeping. So yeah. And you can tell because you've got people like Sarah Hammond. Females have like a lot less testosterone than the average guy. Women have about 10%, on average, 10% of testosterone of a guy similar age to them. So the fact that Sarah is doing so well is just proof that steroids don't help, you know, a distance event like that. It's more about drive. And let's say that Sarah, let's just hypothetically say, oh, you know, maybe Sarah's on steroids or something. Some people might say, it's like, no. Like, she would struggle to do like, you know, 21 minutes up Norton Summit. She would struggle to do that, I reckon. You know? but she can ride all fucking day and night. You know, it's about persistence, man. It's about being fucking psycho on the bike. The drugs, I mean, stimulants help, painkillers will help, but they don't do shit unless you got drive and desire. You know, so it's like EPO and all that stuff that doesn't help with Indie Pack, man. What matters most is desire. You know, Tour de France, then you obviously need EPO because you got to ride at 400 watts. To ride for 20 hours isn't hard. I've done that fucking so many times. Even with that stimulus, it's not that hard to do. To back it up day after day, that's a different story. But, you know, that's like, it's doable. I can take any noob cyclist and do a 24-hour ride with them. Guarantee you. If they're tired, we have a 10-minute power nap, keep going. Most people in the world can never ride at 450 watts for an hour. No, not most. Like, almost everybody in the world can't do. Bradley Wiggins did 471 watts for an hour. 471 watts for an hour. That's insane. Anyone can do a 24-hour ride. You know, Tori could go do a 24-hour ride. Just powering up when you need some that. But 400 watts? No way. Just EPO, man. 450 for an hour. For an hour. Not for a minute, for 10 minutes, for an hour. Yeah. At low body weight, like lean, skinny, like Bradley Wiggins skinny. Like BMI of 19 doing 450 watts on the flat. 470 watts on the flat. Next level. I'm on the Balco shit. Hematocrit 65. Just dehydrated, bro. Drink some more water. Watts per kilo? Am I like for 10 seconds, for 10 minutes? What? Which watts per kilo? You know, give me objective questions. I'll give you objective answers. And I wouldn't even know because I haven't pushed hard on the bike since January when I did 370 watts, 373 watts for 10 minutes. At about 70 kilos or whatever. So that's like months ago. I used to train Muay Thai in Phuket in 2006 a little bit. But I wouldn't recommend it there because it's just like too touristy. You want to go to find some old school trainer, middle of fucking nowhere, and just train with them. You know, they charge you like $5 a day, you fucking clean the floors in the gym, shit like that. That's the real deal. Why would I change the bike next time? Just different bike. I mean, it depends. If you've got a race Indie Pack, you need super light, super fast. If you've got a do Indie Pack, then any bike will do. Any bike will do. But if you want to race it, then you've got to fucking have super fast bike, super light bike. So this year I wasn't racing it, man. I mean, I was going to race it until I fucking got hit by that car. And when I got laying on the ground, I was like, fuck, Indie Pack, you know. And I came home that night, my ankle was so sore. I took some painkillers. I thought, I fucked, you know. And then so I built up the bamboo bike last minute, took that. Big bet I won't finish next year. Who knows? I might not finish. I might last half a day next year. You know, I might get hit by a car in the Indie Pack. Who knows, man? You can't predict the future. How did I get hit by the car? He just fucking T-boned me. Go watch my cycling channel. I've got the actual footage on there, doing all the cycling tips. I've got me on the ground in front of the car. So, yeah. Ask me questions. Do I take steroids? Look, heaps, man. Look at me. Fucking getting.
You get that question every day.
I'm getting massive, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Gains, bro. Bitch piano, look out. How much money have I got? Ask me in a few months. How big are my biceps? My biceps are huge, man. John Venus's biceps are like that. My biceps are like that. That's if I was matched with John Venus, who's like on heaps of steroids, I'm on way more steroids than Venus. So Venus' steroids are like that. This is Doing Riders. This is like 10 years of steroid abuse right here. They're at least 20 inches. But maybe 21 inches, you know, 20-inch biceps. What do I say to my haters? Just turn up to Indie Pack. You know, where were you this year? No one turned up. No one turned up. Cliff Bar's your Indie Pack for sure. I am the most muscular man in the world. There's no doubt about it. 13-inch. These are fucking 21-inch biceps, bro. 21-inch. Full natty bra biceps. How my court case is going? You know, it's hard when someone's not in Australia. Have to wait for them to come back. I'm patient. Coming to Sydney, watch the winner. I doubt it. We'll watch online. And there'll be other people there to support, so. Any tips for 200 mile ride? Get a copy of my cycling ebook, Dream Rider's Lean Body Bible. Go to dreamrider.com. Go to the shop, click on that. Get a copy of Dream Rider's Lean Body Bible. Cycling tips, man. Just sleep, water, sugar, bro. Pace. Will there be more participants in IndyPac next year? Yeah, I reckon there will be. I mean, assuming it's on, who knows? Yeah, who knows? Do I want to fight John Cena? I would.
John Cena is not a wrestler.
Yeah, I'd smack him, mate. I'd take them both on. Well, I'm using YouTube, so no one uses you now. YouTube, bro. YouTube's where it's at. Like, why would you use you now when you can use YouTube? Like, it's like using Vimeo. Like, why would you use Vimeo when you can use YouTube? Like, I don't understand it. Tell a joke. Why did the green caterpillar cross the road? He wanted to invent green tyres. I don't drink Sprite in Australia. It's not sweet enough. I'm drinking sugar water here. That's pure sugar in there. Boom, boom. Twitch is the future. Maybe. Mexican cola, never had it. Get fat and I'll race right on someone. I can't get fat, man. I mean, all these people out there who knock my advice, and they're always fatter than me or slower than me. I'm like, well, how come I can't get as fat as you? If my advice is wrong, how come how come I can't get as fat and slow as you are? Doesn't make you a bad person, but like, if you're gonna critique my advice, then you can't do that, can you? Really, it's just stupid. I'd be embarrassed if I was a fat, slow person going to critique Dune Rider. So Dune Rider's advice is wrong. I'm fucking fat and slow. It's like, come on, man. Get on your bike, eat clean your fucking diet, and get out and go going. Let's complain more training. Like, you look like a moron saying that I'm wrong when I'm this lean and fast compared to you. Like, it's like Joe Best or that Eisel guy. Just delusional KFC lovers with no life. Eisel, pay child support to your daughter, man. You've got a daughter, pay her child support, please. The Wall Street vegan crew love me. It's a Wall Street vegan crew. That sounds pretty cool. I have a fast metabolism. We'll tell that to my mum. She's not exactly super slim. She has lost weight though. She has cleaned up her diet a lot. But I still was at her house last week and there's still cheese and oil. She's doing well though. Fat you eat, the fat you wear. So you want to, you want to lose more fat, then stop eating so much fat, people. I'm addicted to exercise. No, I don't have a fucking car. If I want to get to the shop, I've got to ride my fucking bike. I don't have a car. Get rid of your car, you fat slug. And you will have no worries. Ride your bike. Just get the oil out of your house, people. No meat, no animal, no dairy. You won't have weight issue, bro. Like, you show me a fat person who has no car and is eating low fat, high carb vegan for years with excess weight issue. Never. Impossible. No one. Zip. Done. No one. If I could make anyone disappear, who would it be? Society. Because we're just a cancer on the fucking planet. And humans are so dumb, we destroy our environment. My favourite place to bike to is probably Perth or Sydney. How much salt I eat a day? Depends what I eat. Best way to comment about business, I don't really do business. But I appreciate people asking that question. I have been to college. Do I regret it? Yes. Or no, because I learned how to type. It took me 1 year to learn how to type. So no regrets. I guess by doing it, I realised I don't want to do that stuff. Any plans coming to UK? I was there last in 2001, 2003. No plans to return. How's my rib feeling? Pretty sore. Would I ever adopt? I don't like responsibility of being a parent. I let that out to other people. How about a box, a kangaroo? No. I've never hit a kangaroo, none hit me. Where'd they buy the chrono fork? I bought it from Commuter Cycles in Melbourne. LA Veg Fest, no returns, no plans to come back just yet. Vegan foods on Indie Pack's easy to do vegan, bro. I just drove across there. I was eating the same foods I would have eaten if I was riding across there. There's cornflakes, there's rice bubble, there's soy milk. Most of the roadhouses sell soy milk. There's sugar, there's water, there's soft drinks. Ginger beer. It's easy. Easy. Vegan Gain's got a brain scan. What? How long have I been biking for? I've never had a driver's license. I'm 39. Been riding since I was 8. Lots of ginger beer has honey, I agree. But Bundaberg Australian ginger beer doesn't have any honey in it. You know. I can read ingredients. But I appreciate people give me a heads up. Best vegan documentaries. Unfortunately, I find the documentary crew are just money hungry people. Very, very money hungry. And they don't do documentaries to make money on it. So I don't really have much, what's the word? I don't know. I feel a bit disillusioned with all those people. It's like an industry. I mean, like, fuck, you know. Where's the YouTube channels giving daily updates or something like that? There's none. Highest speed in a bike ever was 101k an hour, 1998 down Wollonga Hill. Had a strong southerly. Someone said, yeah, but you're money hungry too. If I'm so money hungry, how come I don't charge for my festival? I do it for free. You know? How come I've done over 5,000 videos of giving free information out there? How come I was doing YouTube for free for 4 years before I made a single set? How come? You know, how come? How come I put on the world's largest vegan festival, longest vegan festival for free for the last 4, 5, 6, 3 years? And then Woodstock Fruit Festival, stuff like that, you know, like, you know, why? If I'm money hungry. Everyone needs money. But, yeah. Why do I still ride a bike instead of getting a car if I'm so money hungry? Like John Venus, the more money he gets, the more flashy his car becomes. I'm still living in a dump. I'm still riding bikes I've had from 2007. I've got some nice bikes, but they're not like, you know, super bling wank tanks. What country would I retire in? Oh man, tough one. Thailand's pretty hard to beat, man. John Venus is natty. John Venus is more natty than this fucking plastic spot GPS fucking contraption. He's as fake natty as they get. Why do I hate John Venus? I don't hate John Venus, but he called me a fraud one time. And I was like, bro, anyone who calls me a fraud when they're taking that much steroids, it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. You know. If I wasn't making money from YouTube, what I'd do, I'd put on retreats. Because all the amount of time I've put into people, like Bonnie and Tim and Steph, or even Freely and stuff like that, I'd never really got a cent for it. You know, so I guess if you can always charge people for that time. At least when they try and fuck you over, you got some money to show for it. I guess what I've learned for everything is be careful who you invest your time into, because a lot of people just want to use you. And if you need a favour, they're like, oh, sorry, gotta go. Busy now. Give me some questions. We're on 59 minutes. DT Swiss hubs or Durace? I'd recommend the DT Swiss 240. My face is creepy as fuck. Thank you. I've been cycling 14. I've been cycling for you. Any tips for getting faster at Norton? Go out of the group, draft, and make sure it's a northwesterly. Bro, you're only 14. Good on you. You're just gonna get faster over time. So there's no rush. Just go out there and have fun, bro. You know, go out there and have fun. Best gears are doing tonight depends what time you want to do it in. Depends what your fitness level's like. Depends if you want to do it Everesting, or if you want to like do it every day for a week, or if you like Paul, when you just smash out big power for a long time and you're super light. So it depends, it depends. I would recommend a minimum 34, 32 to get up there. I'd recommend a minimum 34, 40 to enjoy it. For beginners, I'd recommend mountain bike cranks, like a 36, 22. So 36, 22 on the front with a 40 up the back. Can do a bit of touring wheels. I'm not that good at that. There's better videos on YouTube for that. Is there a hurricane coming for me? Hopefully, I can vlog it. Maven's going to struggle. I did advise Mark. I spent a couple of hours on the phone talking with him in the last few months about Indie Pack and encouraging him. I did advise the 40 cassette, but I think his local shop said it wasn't possible. I'm not too sure there. But again, everyone says, oh, it's not possible. But then I'm like, well, I'm doing it. They're like, oh, Drew, I mean, not. Some of these shops, man. Even Shimano Australia, like, do you want this water bottle? Please. Shimano Australia, they're like at the 200 under. And the two guys were there. Like, they're meant to be Shimano Tech or whatever. They just couldn't give a flying fuck. They just like, hey, mate, no worries. They were more interested in watching the chicks walk past than talking to people about Shimano, innovations or hacks or whatever. They just say, hey, what is it, bro? Just totally not interested. They could have got a job at the fucking furniture store. Like, well, I mean, it's hard to find good quality staff who actually are passionate about the product. What have I learned from quitting Indie Pack? I've learned that I respect my body and my health more than you do, Jane. And the Jane that you can't even fucking ride down the street. So I've learned that. That I'm fitter than you still, and I respect my health and my body more than you do. None of these carbon rims are worth the money, man. There's no benefit of carbon rims. They look cool. If you want to get them, buy them. I'll buy them because they look good. None of them are worth the money. Like, none of them are worth. They're not like, okay, I've got $10,000 worth of carbon wheels here. I've got 202s, 2 pairs of 202s. I've got envies out there. I've got lightweights. It's like fucking, I don't know, probably 15 grand worth of wheels. They're not faster than a $400 set of wheels from, those alloy ones, the Novatech hubs. They're not faster than any of them. They look cool. They sound cool. But the braking surface is shit. They're not faster, man. But they're cool. In terms of they look cool, but you don't need them. Carbon wheels don't make you faster, man. Unless you're like Bradley Wiggins on the super hot sauce, doing 400 sitting on watts an hour. And you're doing 50k an hour, and they're every bit area advantage, So yeah. A 9er RLT Steel. They're a nice bike, but the warranty's a bit short. So I think that the production quality is a bit low, which is fine for most people. But if you're doing epic shit and you keep your bike a long time, I'd probably recommend against 9er product, just based on my opinion that the warranty is too short, which indicates poor quality workmanship. That's just my opinion. But again, the average rider is never going to break a bike frame. I didn't buy a 9er because I break frames and I keep my shit a long time. And, if I'm going to buy an old steel bike, I'll get one off eBay for $500 for the frame set for brakes. It's not too bad. But I'm not going to pay, big money for a brand new bike to have it fail down the track and have no customer service. Haven't seen Joe Best shoes, neither is here. The shoe joke. Bianchi 2005 Giro. Yeah, man, any bike, all these bikes.